The Fever's Caitlin Clark scored 20 in her WNBA debut, but had 10 turnovers. Clark's turnover total in the 92-71 defeat at Connecticut was the most in a game in Fever history and the most in a career debut in W history. Here's Caitlin.
Obviously, I'm disappointed, and nobody likes to lose. Like, that's how it is, but I don't think you can beat yourself up too much about, one game. I don't think that's going to help this team. I thought the second half was a lot better, minus some of the turnovers, but just getting more comfortable, and that's just going to come with experience and getting to play with these girls. And the more games I play, the more comfortable I'm going to get.
Look who's back in the house. Chiney, Ogwumike, and Andraya Carter.
Hello,
hey,
hello.
ladies.
Hello, hello.
Great to have you.
Hello, ladies.
Drea, I want to start with you. Do you feel like last night should be deemed a success for Caitlin?
Absolutely. Yes, it's a success because everything that happened to Caitlin out on the floor, she can learn from. 10 turnovers is, of course, outrageous. You never want to have turnovers. But let's just talk about this Connecticut Sun team for a second, because here's what's going to happen with Caitlin. People are going to tune in to watch Caitlin, and they're going to learn a lot about all of these other teams. That's a phenomenal Connecticut Sun team, a veteran-led Connecticut Sun team with the best defense in the WNBA. She's facing them in her first game. She made a lot of decisions that she could make at the college level, where she wasn't taking things into consideration, where she wasn't reading the defense very well, that she got away with before, that she's not going to get away with now, but everything she's going to learn from. And her team's going to get better too. They didn't have very many pressure releases for her. They didn't have a lot of great offense to run to get her other opportunities to score. It's going to get better for Caitlin, just like it got better for Wemby, just like it's gotten better for any star that we've watched come into the league. It gets better. She can learn from her game yesterday.
Remember, this is the challenge she chose. She could have gone back and she could have played at the collegiate level, but she wants to play against the best of the best because that's what it brings out in you, the best version. Now, y'all, Stephen, I always ask you, is this a safe space, right? With you, I don't know about that. Because
it's always a safe space when I'm here.
So my welcome to the league moment happened, I think it was game 3. I was going up against, ironically, Indiana, Caitlin's team. And you know who was on that squad?
Tamika Catchings.
Tamika Catchings.
I knew it.
You know what happened to me? She crossed me up. I fell. I touched earth. I did the matrix. Ooh. And I watched the shot go over, and she missed. Thank you, Lord. To this day, I say, Catch, thank you for missing that shot, because it would have been on all over SportsCenter, right? Everyone's going to see all of Caitlin's misses. Everyone's going to see all of her makes. Everyone's going to see all of her turnovers. That's because she came in as the most impactful collegiate player into the WNBA. And that's going to come with some learning moments and some growing pains. I'm fortunate that I didn't have those magnified, but the rising tide lifts all boats, and that's the Caitlin Clark effect. Yeah. And as you mentioned, Andraya, one thing that I love is that when you come for Caitlin, you stay for other players. Alyssa Thomas, my former teammate, we're talking about this was the best defense in the WNBA. Welcome to the league moment. You're going up against the best of the best. Like, literally, if there's a player that is salivating on defense and rubs up on her squad, it's AT and the Connecticut Sun. Yeah. She had a triple-double AT. Yeah. DB became number 5 all-time in the WNBA scoring. She had that moment as well. Dejanay Carrington, you talked about those 10 turnovers? She had 8 of them. She's going to go up against a number of teams that have dogs like Dejanay, Natasha Cloud, Skylar Diggins, so many others, Jackie Young, that can guard Caitlin. But I want you guys to also see this, because look at these turnovers. Yeah. People forget. I know what it was like. It's a month from playing in college to playing in the pros for WNBA players. And these passes in college should be buckets, but these pros understand how to read the defense. It's That's So Raven. They read your mind, even if you're Caitlin Clark. The help defense is there. First of all, respect to Caitlin for getting double teamed here, because she's walking out the gates getting this type of attention. But Bree Jones played 2 instead of 1 and was able to get the steal. And right here, this is AT doing her best. AT, everyone knows that woman is ambidextrous. She can shoot with the right or left. She doesn't even have to look at the ball. She just got magnets for her hands, and she gets the steal. These are things in college that one action that would get you a score. In the pros, it doesn't. That is a transition for people who have the ball in their hands, transition for players like Caitlin, who's going to have to realize they have to pass fake, as Andraya said. They have to realize that the best pass is the open pass before you can start, advancing your game.
It's far more simplistic than that. Of course, the night was a success. Here's the biggest reason why. How many threes did she hit?
Was it 4?
Right? This is her first game, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Did she drop 20?
Yeah, she did.
Did she drop 4 threes?
Yeah.
Why is Caitlin Clark a star?
3-point shooter.
What's her signature?
Scoring. Yeah. Threes.
I rest my
range.
case.
Yeah.
I rest my case. Yeah. That's what it comes down to. It's like, people have to understand something. Do what got you there. When you live up to who you are, that defines your success. We know good and damn well 10 turnovers is an aberration. We know that ain't happening every night, okay? But we also know this girl's supposed to be able to pull up from the parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
We also know that people like myself and others have called her the Steph Curry of women's basketball. This is what she does. And she went out there in her first game and was drawing double coverage. Why? Because they know she could pull up from the logo, which she did. Yep. And so when you look at it from that standpoint, that's what it really, really comes down to. Yes, I tell you what, the only blemish, I saw at least 2 or 3 of those turnovers where she didn't hustle back. That's it. You got to up your intensity. You playing against these ladies that have been waiting for you. You got to up your intensity, up your effort. You can't do on this level what you did in college. You can't pout when you make a mistake in the moment, pout when you get to the bench.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Go ahead.
Because walking out to half, you have to shout out Aaliyah Boston. Did you see that? How she had her arm around her and said things. Aaliyah was not having her big game.
Right.
Yeah.
She's someone that shoots. I think she led the WNBA in field goal percentage last year. How many attempts did she have? Like a few.
6.
Quieter night for her,
yeah.
but to see that type of leadership, they understand what Caitlin means to the squad, what her success does for others.
She can't find herself in a situation where, because when you have enjoyed so much, you both know this hell of a lot better than me, when you've enjoyed a level of success, the minute adversity hits, you can't pout.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that you're putting forth that effort. So you make a turnover, hustle your behind back on defense. You got to do that. But in terms of what she brings offensively, don't worry about no damn 10 turnovers. I know that's an aberration. Yeah. My thing was, okay, is she going to be able to get her shot off? Can she create enough space?
Oh, yeah.
Can she create enough space? She's got the ball handling ability. Yeah. She has the ability to create her own shot. Could she do that on this level? She still showed up in her very first game and showed that she could do that. Yeah. It's only going to get better as she gets more comfortable and she figures them out.
Yeah.
And to be able to have your shot and to create your own shot.
But shout
and to pull
to
up,
the Sun as well.
Thank you.
The defense and Carrington all over her.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
We know where you're going to go, Molly.
No, but I'm just saying, we
Connecticut.
got to give them some credit as well.
But this is what, when people gave Diana Taurasi a hard time for saying this league is different. Like, it's going to be a wake-up call when you get to this league. This is what she was talking about. Like, Connecticut is the best in the league, but you got to think about other teams. Shakira Austin is back. Shakira Austin blocks shots left and right down in Washington.
Asia, Lord, you see what Asia did?
Like, did you see what Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, and Ace did? Like, this league, these are the best players in the world. It's not close. These women are the best players in the world. There's not another country in women's basketball that's better.
Hold on.
Is that a timeout you're calling?
Did y'all mention Diana Taurasi?
Yes.
Who hit 7?
Yes.
I'm just making sure you didn't leave her.
Yeah.
And people were questioning why they call her white mamba.
I was talking defense. I was talking defense, Stephen A. I was talking defense.
Here's the important point to bring up about Diana Taurasi. I'm going to say this because that's my girl right there. I love me some Diana Taurasi. Let me tell y'all something. She talked in the off season. What did she say? There's another level. There's levels to this.
Yes.
And basically said, we'll be waiting. It's not an accident. That opening night, that woman rolled out there, you understand, after all of these years in the league, it was like this, I'll be waiting.
Hey, Stephen A.
I love that woman.
Without Brittany Griner on the floor.
Love her.
We love having women's basketball on this platform. Not just college, but the pros. We see you. We see you, family. Thank you.
Thank
Putting us on.
Thank you. Oh, please.
I guess Molly's point guard is rubbing off on you.
Y'all are great.
You know what I'm
Y'all
saying?
are great.
Thank
You know
you.
what I'm saying?
Thank you.
You make the show better. Thank you.
I'm just glad you didn't wear your cream today because you would have.
You know, I would have looked worse.
Look,
I know my
that
place.
suit is
you
up
ain't
there.
got to rub it in, Andraya. I know my place. If I rocked my cream today, because I was going to do it. Had I rocked my cream, I would have been, I'm always the second best looking person on this show. I know better. I know my place.
At least you know your place.
You're in it. You're on it.
It would have slid to third, and it's always fourth. So, I mean,
You always play for
you're
second
done.
when it comes to me, Stephen A.
absolutely. I know this. I know I'm behind.
All right, we'll leave it there.